Hello my friends and welcome back to Elden Ring. Let's take a quick look at the map and see where we're going to go in this episode. I had already tried recording it and kind of messed up a little bit and got distracted, but nothing happened. I just wanted to restart. So I already have the marks on the map. So we're going to head up on the right side of the lake and we're going to have an event happen here. And then there's going to be a cave close by and we'll head in there. And then we'll just continue up the canyon, river, whatever you want to call it here, past the Murkwater coast. This one is up at the top of the canyon, so we won't see that. And then we'll curve around to the left over here to a catacomb. And that will most likely take up the majority of our time here. So let's go ahead and ride down this way and start by attacking this crab. We're getting killed by the crab, why not? I guess for that first blood attack I wasn't quite close enough. And did he drop anything? Yeah, some crab eggs, and we picked up a dragonfly head. So the little ones aren't going to be aggressive. There will be some that kind of try to ambush us. I don't recall how many, but there is a scarab beetle here that we want to try and get. Best if you can get it from a distance. So we get the Ash of War unsheathed. So we already had that on our on the katana that we were using, so we don't necessarily need it for this character. But if you're playing as a different type of character or a different build and you'd like to pick that up, you can do that. And I'm trying to remember what type of weapons that one can be equipped to. Man, I am really struggling to hit this guy. Jeez, dude, stand still. And it doesn't help that this stupid dragonfly is doing his thing. Come on now. I don't like you. Okay, let's take a look at Unsheath real quick. Let's try once again to look at Unsheath. So, skill of swordsman from the land of reeds. Sheath the blade, hold at the hip. I think I've already read this one. So it's only usable on a katana, which is really interesting because it already comes on the katana. I know there are other katanas that we will get throughout the game, but I think they have their own unique Ash of Wars equipped. So keep that in mind. It is something that you can use. So if you have a katana that somehow doesn't have that, I guess. Okay, I think there might be a crab under the ground here. That was weird. I thought I saw something coming out from the water over there. Boy, I am just swirling all over the place. So I think we already got this item here when I showed how to do the poison bomb, or the poison pot, fetid pot. And it was an arteria leaf. So let's head down this way just to show you quickly on the map. I can't open the map because we are considered to be in combat. But this is the canyon river that I was showing on the map on the north side of the lake. So there's quite a few skeletons here that drop from underneath the bridge. and there's a lot of dragonflies, so fight them if you want to. There's obviously no requirement to do so, but it's never going to hurt to get some runes. I have some ideas for weapons that I want to try out, so having some more levels to get stat requirements is definitely not going to be a bad thing. What did we get? More human bone shards and great dragonfly head. And a few more skeletons here. Remember that you do need to preferably not die from them. Let's show something real quick. I'm not going to kill them yet, but while they are reviving, let's put on the katana that has the Ash of War Sacred Blade. So that killed them. Well, it killed that one immediately. And that one we did enough damage to kill it once. But because we're doing holy and sacred damage, we are killing them without having to re-kill them or get the final killing blow on them. Alright, so let's switch back to the Twin Blade. And we are about to do a fairly difficult fight. It's similar to what happened up by the Colosseum on the map. So here's where we are. Up at the Colosseum when we got invaded by that NPC. That's about to happen again. If you're on Torrent, you will automatically be kicked off of him, or you'll be removed. So I didn't push any buttons, but we are about to have an invader. So just keep running this way until we see him. It is Bloody Finger Nereus. It looks like Neregus, but it's pronounced Nereus. And there's the input reading. You can see he's dodging every single thing that we're doing. This guy is very dangerous. He's got the blood attack that comes off of his dagger, so try to keep your distance. And then Yura, who we had talked with, he is going to come and help us. And the glintstone stars might actually be a little bit better for this fight because of how quickly he dodges. You can get in there and help too, but Yura does a great job. And Nereus can heal himself. He does have one healing flask. So again, it can be a very difficult fight, so just be ready for it. And then you do get the weapon that he was using, which is called the Reduvia. So his objective is completed. Bloody Finger Hunter Yura returned to his world. Okay, so let's go ahead and quickly take a look at the Reduvia. This one is going to be a dagger with the Reduvia Blood Blade is the Ash of War skill that it has equipped to it, and that causes blood loss buildup of 30, which is not as good as what we have on our weapon, but for a dagger with very quick attacks, that's going to be pretty good. And it does require 13 points in Arcane to be able to use it correctly. So this is a jagged dagger with a distinctive curved blade, used by the noble servants of the Lord of Blood. This dagger rips the flesh as it enters, inflicting blood loss with sickening efficacy, a proud testament to the success of its vicious design. This weapon is perpetually coated in blood, and the unique skill Reduvia Blood Blade, slash with the wicked dagger, transforming its never-drying bloodstains into airborne blades that cause blood loss, can be fired in rapid succession. So that's the attack that he was using against us when the blood was shooting off of his weapon. So, all right, can't take Torrent in here, but let's go ahead and put on our torch and rest at this site of grace. And let's let's take a look at our runes, and I don't think that we need to change any of our spells. I think this one, Glintstone Stars, is probably fine for right now. There's not any big, massive groups of enemies that we'll need to worry about. All right, and we have almost enough to level up. So we're about to hit the cap of, well, not the cap, but my goal of 15 points into Vigor and Endurance. So by the time that we're done with this cave, we should be ready to do that. Okay, so let's come on in here, and we're going to crouch, and I am going to point out these little chains with bells on them. There's one on the right, and there's one on the left. So we've got a bandit running back and forth, and in the cave that's right back there, there's quite a few more. So just be ready to fight them. If you accidentally hit the bells, it is going to bring all of them out here at once. So keep that in mind. So we got a short sword. There's one of them. Go ahead and get him out here. Oh, I charged that too early. That's all right. And let's see if we can make a couple of these. Whoops, forgot to equip them. We'll use the fire pots and see. Oh, come on. Get up here, dude. We aim at this guy and throw a fire pot, and throw a fire pot for this guy. Never mind, that did not work the way I wanted it to. So if you were actually had the correct item equipped and weren't dumbly healing like I was, and you hit the guy that was sitting right next to these barrels, it would have exploded and killed multiple enemies. So I tried and failed miserably. So now I can heal and open the chest and get 5 mushrooms. So nothing spectacular, but we'll take crafting items when we can. More cave moss. I think there's a little bit more cave moss in here as well. And we are already at the boss fog. So let's make sure that we are prepared. We are prepared. So I would highly recommend in this fight, do not summon. And you'll see why as we're going through the fight. So let's just kind of let things play out, and then I will show you what to do. All right, nothing here. Let's just go ahead and open the chest.
Thought you'd just help yourself to a man's personal belongings, huh? You scheming little thief. The gods demand repentance. Cough up your coin. All of it.
So when he does that spitting kind of breath attack, just try to get behind him and do a backstab. Otherwise, he does block very well and very consistently with his big shield. So if you stay far enough away, that can kind of bait out that attack.
I surrender. White flag and all.
And about halfway through, he'll duck down and cower like that. Just stand still.
Well, finally come round, have you? I knew you would. You're a man of reason. True and true.
Okay, so you can kill him and continue the fight, but he is going to become a merchant for us, and he does have some pretty good items. So if you know anything about Patches, you know that he's kind of a weaselly, manipulative character, but Yeah, he does have some good items, so it's definitely worth keeping him alive right now. So let's go ahead and talk to him.
Ah, well, what do you know? You're tarnished like me. Now, how did I get that wrong? I took you for a demi-human or some such. An innocent mistake, I assure you. Well, water under the bridge. Now we're squared up. How about we play nice from now on?
So you can say forgive and forget, or you can say some things can't be forgiven. I don't think it changes the overall interactions with him, but I think that you might get some extra dialogue if you say some things can't be forgiven. And he may give you an item, I can't be for sure, but let's try that.
Slow down, son. What's the matter? This simply isn't like you. You've always known an innocent mistake when you see one. Well, suit yourself. I'm Patches. Patches the Untethered. Tarnished like you, only free-spirited. Nomadic, you might say. Only for now, those retired soldiers turned bandits. They're paying for my gruel. In exchange for my, well, showing them the ropes. But honestly, this looting racket is bloody terrifying. I'm ready to wash my hands clean. Maybe set up a legitimate shop. So don't be a stranger. I'll be ready to wheel and deal come next time. Don't forget to pop back for another visit, friend. I'll be ready to wheel and deal come next time.
Okay. So let's go ahead and grab the items in here. You can grab them before the fight starts. I don't know if he'll say anything if we take them now. We get the cloth garb and the cloth trousers. You can use that to exit, or we can just leave. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inventory that we just got. So we got the cloth trousers, which are trousers made of coarse material, commonly worn in the lands between, and clothing made of coarse material, same description. And we got a golden rune 1 from him, which, as you can see, we now have 56 of those. And we also got another emote, which is not in this menu screen. Let's come over here. I believe it was grovel for mercy. Yeah, so we can test it now. So that's what he did, and that's what we got. So, all right, let's go ahead and exit. We'll head back to the site of grace and rest, and then we'll come back in here and talk to Patches one more time and see if he has anything for sale. So that's what it sounds like if you run through those, and it does get the attention of all of the bandits. So, like I said, be aware of that. So let's go ahead and rest. And level up, we're at 4474. We're close to getting another level up. But there's an item that is really important to buy. And I'll try to remember to remind you to buy it at a later time if you don't feel like buying it now. So I mean, we can sneak by these guys, or we might as well just take them down. So we're not going into another boss fight. As long as you don't get too close to that tunnel, they won't come out. We're just going to come back in here and talk to Patches again. But the item that we want to end up getting eventually is it's 5,000 runes.
Well, nice of you to drop in finally. It's all a bit ad hoc, but I'm sure you'll find something. And welcome to Patches Emporium, where you won't need a refund, because everything's top notch.
Okay, so we will continue talking to him in just a second, but yeah, the item that we want to get is very expensive, but it's definitely worth having. So I'll consider what we're going to do momentarily, but let's ask him about the bandits.
Yeah, I had those bandits make a clean break. Now they're all suppliers, and good ones at that. I mean, They don't understand a word I'm saying, but it hardly matters. We have a natural connection. They're all foot soldiers, survivors of a defeated army, worked to the bone by their high and mighty lord, only to be thrown out with the rubbish. It's the same old story everywhere I go. To hell with it all.
Let's ask him about that chest.
Wondering what's inside the treasure chest. Well, it's nothing too special. Just something I'm saving as thanks for a very valuable customer. But then again, it would fetch some spectacular coin. And besides, this valuable customer could be a long time coming. Huh? Everything is give and take. Give and take.
All right, let's take a look at what he has. So he's got another gold pickled fowlfoot, fan daggers, which are knives that fan out as you throw them. A set of 5 throwing knives bundled together, concealed weapon cherished by the raptor assassins. The thin knives fan out when thrown, dealing damage to the target. Each knife deals paltry damage, but the wide range makes it suitable for constraining enemies. So decent if you have a large group, or if you're throwing them against a large enemy, you'll be hitting them with 5 daggers. I haven't really tested it much, so I don't really know how effective they are or how effective they can be. This is the item that we want to get. So it might not be a bad idea to spend some of our runes that we have built up, like the ones in our inventory, to sell, so that we can get that one now, just so we don't put it off and forget about it later. Grace Mimic, a fetish indicating the guidance of grace. Similar to grace, this fetish draws rays guiding the way, only without any sense of order. Useful as a last resort for those who have lost their way, or for use by those who believe that unrefined guidance will lead to truer encounters. This one, I think it just like morphs you into a grace mimic, so it makes your character look like a site of grace, which I guess you could use it in multiplayer. Again, I don't know how effective that is, but I've never found a use for it. The Furrow Calling Finger Remedy, Pestering Bloody Fingers. He does also sell a Stone Sword Key, which can be handy later, but we can always come back and buy that from him at a different time. And the Missionary's Cookbook, record of crafting techniques left by a man who, unable to become a finger maiden, instead became a missionary and went forth to spread holy teachings. And this one teaches us the Script Stone, the Grace Mimic, and the Gold Pickled Fowlfoot. So not super useful other than the Gold Pickled Fowlfoot. That's really good to have that. So we're going to purchase that one for sure. Parrying Dagger, which is a knife with curved handguards designed to parry turning foes' attacks against them. For masters of combat who anticipate every enemy's strike and counter accordingly, this weapon is all they need. So I think that this is, it decreases the number of frames needed to parry perfectly. So like this one and like a buckler or the smaller shields are best for parrying. So if you want to buy that one, you absolutely can, but I'm not too interested in that. So I need to get about 1,300 runes so that I can purchase the shackle. So let's get 1,200 from that, and then I'll just sell one of these. So that gives me more than enough, and I still have plenty of these to use at a later time. So let's go ahead and purchase Margot's Shackle, and then we'll read it. A fetish bathed in golden magic. Shackles were used to bind the accursed people called the Omen, and these ones were made to keep a particular omen under strictest confinement. Though faint, the shackles still retain vestiges of power, enough to trap the once bound Margot on Earth, if only for a short time. So that is a character we will meet at another time. And that's going to be very useful for many reasons, and I will show you that as we progress through the game.
Forgot something on your shopping list? No trouble to me.
Okay.
Cheers for that.
And I have a note for myself to talk to him before and after looking at the shop. So I'm going to go rest real quick and then come back and see if he has any different dialogue. So I'm not really recalling what that message or note to myself is. So let's go check that out. And then we will open the chest that he told us about. And we'll see what's going on with that. Okay, and we got the Highwayman Gauntlets. So we've read those, and this one is a hideously stained and dented gauntlet, worn by former foot soldiers who have turned to banditry. And we'll just double check to see if it's better than what we have in detailed view. It is not. A little bit better immunity, focus, vitality. Overall, it's not that great, so we will just hang on to it for now. And let's go talk to Patches one more time.
Hello again. Welcome to Patches Emporium.
Oh, there is another one. So let's go ahead and talk again.
By the way, friend, you've really been there for me through thick and thin. And so, I've made up my mind. I bequeath that chest to you. An extra special thanks for an extra special customer. What's wrong? I've made up my mind. The treasure chest is yours, in word and deed. Sure, it may be worth its weight in gold, but a Patches promise, well, that's priceless. Cheers for that.
He is telling us we can have the chest, so let's go ahead and get it. Oh, it's a trap. This one I don't think that you can roll away from.
My sincerest gratitude. I thought I'd never wrench that thing open. You're the finest customer a man ever had.
All right, so it's fine that that happened. We do want to be teleported to wherever this is taking us. And there's the room bear. So let's go ahead and crouch just so that we don't get his attention accidentally. And open the map, and you can see we're back over here in the Mistwood. So let's just get away from him far enough that we are on the path. That's where we picked up the map fragment. And let's go ahead and ride this way. Now, if you remember, we picked up that finger snap emote from Kale, and he told us to go to the Mistwood Ruins and snap where we heard the howling. So if you remember, we saw that guy up there howling. So let's go ahead and do the finger snap. Confirm. Oops.
Who goes there? Carly sent you, did he? Ever the bloody busybody. Maybe to him you don't seem so strange. The name's Blythe. I'm looking for a man who goes by Darrowell. He fled somewhere nearby. Or so I've heard. Come tell me if you find him before I do. I can offer you ample reward.
So this is Blythe.
Darrowell is nothing but a traitor, and in need of a fitting end to his tale.
And he is looking for a traitor named Darrowell.
Darrowell is is nothing but a traitor.
All right, so he's repeating himself. That's all that we can really do right now for him. But he is going to be a very major player in the game as we go through. We'll be bumping into him quite a bit. So that's all that we can do there. So now we just want to ride back down south. And if you remember again, we had cleared out Kenneth Haight's fort. You can fight those enemies if you want to. But we had cleared out his fort and talked to him, and he said that he would meet us back at the fort. So let's go ahead and rest here. And before I do, let me just show you. On the map, you'll see all of the sites of grace have a red line through them. That's because we were teleported from that trapped chest. So if you had picked up the trapped chest in the Dragon Burnt Ruins, it would have teleported you over here to somewhere in Caelid. And these would have been the same way. So until you either activate a new site of grace or rest at one that you've been to, you are locked out of fast traveling. So be aware of that. Okay, so now we'll be able to fast travel, but we don't want to do that quite yet. We want to go into Kenneth Haight's fort and go talk to him. If you remember, he said that he was going to be trying to establish or re-establish relations with the demi-humans. So let's go see how that's turning out. Put some pebble. Alright, so there they are. Their eyes are red and they do not look happy. And they are going to attack us, so we're just going to attack them first. Unlike when we were here before, there are not any enemies up top throwing the fire pots at you, so you don't need to worry about dodging and staying away from the explosive barrels. So let's go ahead and clear this out again. See if we can find Kenneth. Get some more blood roses while we're here too. And if you have fire pots, which I unequipped mine, you can throw them at these explosive barrels and they will explode into a big explosion. Explodey like. Alright, now let's go upstairs and take these guys out. Oh, I forgot. I was going to try and hit them with the... Oh, where are you going, man? I was going to try and hit him with the glintstone arc. Hey, there's Kenneth. And we already went up there. Nothing new. Beautiful view. So cool. You can see the lines and designs and stuff out on the moon. It's really cool. All right, let's talk to Kenneth and see what's going on.
Ah, you, is it? I suppose you must have seen it by now, yes. The sorry state of my fort. Oh, indeed, it is a foul fate for a land to be without a ruler. One must be found, with haste, and not that awful Godric, but a true and stalwart lord of the proper lineage to take the reins of Limgrave. I'm sorry to have lifted your hopes, but I haven't the authority to raise you to knighthood as things stand. The great Kenneth Haight issues his sincerest apology. But now, I must begin my search post-haste for a true and stalwart lord of the proper lineage to take the reins of Limgrave.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention the first time, so I don't know if that was completely repeated, but I'll watch it back and cut it if I need to. So, yeah, so he was gonna put us in his service, and things haven't worked out the way he thought, so he's gonna look for a new king, I guess. Okay, So the next thing that we want to do is go and let's see here. We want to go and visit Kale and talk to him about Blythe, because he is the one that gave us the finger snap emote and told us to go meet with him. So Blythe even mentioned Kale and knew that he had sent us. So let's talk to him, and then we'll check the smithing stone over there and see about upgrading if we can.
Wait, weren't you? Well, you're back. Care to buy something?
Let's ask him about Blythe.
Ah, then you met Blythe, did you? Wonderful. I'm glad I pointed you in his direction. He's boorish, blunt, and couldn't find his nose with both hands. But he's a good egg. I think the two of you are sure to find the best in one another.
Okay. Just going to double check one more time. Yeah, there's nothing in here that we need to buy.
Goodbye
Okay.
for now.
And let's see, upgrading. Okay, so we have 4, and we need 12 technically if we're going to upgrade both of these to a +3. So we're good for right now. And right, so there's that conversation. And the next thing that we want to do is talk to Patches again and find out what happened. See what kind of story he will weave for us. And we'll take out these 2 bandits one more time just because. You never know, they might drop some really good armor for us. Or a bolt. Alright, let's come in here and talk to Patches again. Okay, sorry for that quick pause there. Let's go ahead and talk to Patches again.
How in blazes? You're alive. We had me proper scared puffing away in a flash like that. Who on earth spends their time booby-trapping treasure chests? No way I could have known. But still, I apologise. It's all very unfortunate. At any rate, it's nice just to see you safe. You don't miss all the bargains here at Patches Emporium.
And then we get the emote, calm down. Alright, so nothing else that we really need to buy. He does sell great arrows and ballista bolts and a horse crest wooden shield. This might be the only place that you can get this one. I don't know if it's a drop from anywhere else, but it's a tall, medium-sized wooden shield, light for its size, easy to handle. A circular horse head design evokes a swift gallop. That is a cool design. And that one does not have a skill equipped to it, so.
Stingy little beggar. Try to find it in your heart next time, eh?
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Patches. Alright, so I went the wrong way. Let's go back out. And then we're going to head up the river again. Is it a river? I guess it is. Either a river or stream or something. We'll head up north towards the catacomb, which we will not complete or even start in this episode, but we're going to run past another NPC, talk to him briefly, and then we will end at the beginning of the catacomb. And at the beginning. So we're headed north. And hop off of Torrent here, and it is Yura. So let's go ahead and talk to him.
Ah, we meet again. To have fought Nereus and lived. You must have seen your share of battle. I am Yura, as you might recall. Hunter of bloody fingers, tarnished, held in thrall by cessblood. Zealots who stalk their own. You stay the path. You're certain to face more of them. Just remember, no kinship with their ilk remains. Their madness precludes it. Don't let your emotions stay your blade. Be on your way. Perhaps we will meet again, if fate permits.
So he's officially introduced himself now. He is Yura the Hunter. I can't even remember now what he said. He's a hunter of other people that invade. So, not like player characters, but Poison Bloom. I think there's some skeletons. Yeah, there we go. So like if other players invade your world, he's not gonna like come and hunt them. He has issues with and hunts people that invade others. So like just the game generated red phantoms. I'm having a hard time with my words and thoughts tonight. I apologize. Okay, so this spirit spring would take us to... Yeah, let's just jump up there so we can see it. Okay, so this is where there was a couple of Traina's lilies and a couple of bears. I was just going to show it to you on the map, but we were still considered to be in battle, so it wasn't letting me open the map. So let's come over here. We'll open the doors for these catacombs and go rest at the site of grace, and that will be the end of it for today. So these are the Murkwater catacombs. So let's go ahead and rest. And that is going to do it for this episode. I thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.